Hello. I'd like to address a topic that has been causing a lot of controversy. Have you ever come across the idea that expressions like black hole, blacklist, or black sheep should be replaced? The question that arises is, are these terms truly racist, or is the issue being exaggerated? Let's delve into the conversation to understand both points of view and discover if the name change is really justified. Stick around until the end of the video, as the answer might surprise you. The controversy arises from the idea that using the word black to describe something bad, illicit, or unfavorable can perpetuate prejudice. To better understand this, let's look at some examples. Black hole, in physics, it's an object that absorbs all light, hence the name. But the question is, does the association a black with absence or end reinforce the idea that the color is negative? Blacklist, used to describe a list of people to be avoided or banned. The criticism is that the word black is used to symbolize something bad, reinforcing a negative stereotype. Denigrate, this verb means to slander. It comes from Latin and literally means to make black. The criticism is that, due to its etymology, the word associates the color black with slander or evil. Those who advocate for the name change argue that language has the power to influence our perception of reality. Therefore, replacing certain words is a crucial step towards building a more just society and combating racism. When we link the color black to something negative, we can, unconsciously, influence how we perceive black people. The word black has been historically used as a tool of oppression and discrimination. For this reason, the goal is to avoid any term that might evoke that past, regardless of the intention behind its use. The movement to make language more respectful and inclusive seeks to eliminate terms that could reinforce prejudice, stereotypes, or discrimination. The proposal is to replace problematic expressions with more neutral or collective terms. The idea is that by using different words, people become more aware of racism. Now, let's look at the other side of the coin. Many people, including scientists and activists, are against the name change. And the arguments are strong. The main argument is that most of these words have nothing to do with racism. Black hole refers to the color of the physical phenomenon, not people. Blacklist refers to what happens in the shadows, or clandestinely. Changing these names would be to ignore the etymology and the original intention. The activist and sociologist Kwame Anthony Appiah, for example, argues that focusing on changing the names of scientific terms and popular expressions is a diversion from the true struggle against racism, which concentrates on social inequality, violence, and discrimination. Changing words is easier than confronting real problems and can give a false sense of progress. Terms like black hole are universal. Changing such a widely used name would create confusion and hinder communication. Furthermore, scientific language uses visual metaphors to simplify complex concepts. Black hole is a simple and effective name. The British activist Toby Young suggests that the excessive policing of discourse, what he calls the language patrol, or the moral grammar police, has a counterproductive effect. He argues that the constant need to monitor every word and follow an overwhelming set of communication rules can lead to moral exhaustion. In this condition, people feel overloaded, frustrated, and drained by having to navigate this linguistic minefield. Ironically, this pressure ends up alienating and distancing individuals from the very social causes that language policing intends to promote. Instead of engaging, people may simply retreat and avoid public participation or discussion for fear of making a mistake and being criticized. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. As we've seen, the debate is complex and has no single answer. On one side, there's the intent to make language more inclusive and combat deeply rooted prejudices. On the other, there's the argument that etymology and context are what matter, and that focusing on words can divert attention from bigger problems. The truth is, each person needs to decide whether changing a single word is an important step or just a distraction. But the most important thing is that this discussion forces us to think about the power of language and the impact it has on the world. What do you think? Do you believe words should change to combat prejudice? Leave your opinion in the comments.